Right, okay, welcome back to part 2, the more sensible version. So, we always get carried away in part 1 and then we just, we just glide into the fucking scenario of basically a Michelin ability. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to do it in a one-pot stock. Right, we're doing a one-pot stocking. Right. This isn't a case of, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I fucking do, yeah. We're getting wooden spoon out, we get serious, but we get slow motion. We take a more holistic view of things, we just chuck things here and there. Willy-nilly. Philly. Fucking nilly. Right, what I want to do first of all, before I fucking do anything, yeah. I'm going to whack this heat on. I want to get this pan up to a respectable heat of integration and intoleration. Right, so we're making homemade the homemade garlic and ginger paste for you. So we're going to take our wizard of amazement and ability. Yeah. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, actually, Sergeant, you do put a lot of phrases on ability, and the reason why that is because I've got it and you ain't. So, right, that's how it is. Right, before we do that, I'm going to turn this off because I need to show people what I'm doing tonight. So we'll whack it over there just for a minute. It doesn't have to go on just yet. We're going to have to do everything on here because there's going to be a lot of things cooking off. I could actually do it there, couldn't I? I mean, there's no rhyme or reason why I can't. I'm talking more. Right, this is not lack of planning. It's basically a case of lack of planning. So I'll have to do a bit of magic hands actually. And there we are, as if by magic it fucking arrives. So there we go. Right. So we've got our ginger and garlic, haven't we? So what do we mean by making a garlic? Fuck's sake. There we go. So what do we mean by making like a home ginger paste? Why can't you just use the ones you've got, Sergeant? Because you're too amazing anyway. Well, the thing is fresh is better, right? And that's what we're going to try and go for. We're going for a Balzac curry, right? So it's a staff curry. Now, the reason why I picked a staff curry instead of doing like a Madras or a Vindaloo or anything like that is because I wanted to go for something generic, alright? So I wanted to go for someone, or for something, no, not for anyone, I'm not going like fucking malicious duties or anything like that. I wanted to go for a situation where people can like do this themselves, alright? So, and you'll see what I mean when we make the curry, right? This is where it gets a bit special, right? Okay, not that you're special or I'm special, it's just things can get into a special zone of ability, right? So we're cutting up our ginger. I'm going to slice it into a specific way. We're just chucking it in the pot, right? We're just chucking it in the pot. I'm going to save it. We might have that for later. We don't know. Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, it's like an unknowability of facts and figures. Now, like I said, one of the reasons why I wanted to make this Makeaway is because I went out for an Indian the other day. Yep, Sergeant actually went outside so I'm on holiday. Let me just go, let's do a aspect on the holiday. So the holiday was going a bit skint, but then the art popped round and gave me 50 quid, so that was a touch. And then that made me not as skint as I was. So the holiday was going down like a sack of shit, right? I was looking at literally butlins probably either this week or next week, and that is now not the case. Right, anyway, so we went out for an Indian, right? And the Indian was shit, right? It was really bad. So I ordered pilau rice. It wasn't pilau rice that turned up. It was basically coloured normal rice, like coloured rice, right? You know, I've done coloured rice once before, or maybe twice. I can't remember what Indian Makeaway that was, but it was last year basically. So it weren't pilau rice, it was bullshit rice, right? So I wasn't too pleased with that. I'm not going to say what the name of the place was called, but the place name, say it's called Cobra Restaurant. I had a Cobra platter, right? This is a fictitious name, obviously. And basically the lamb was tough. Everything else just basically, I reckon they'd use a lot of that coloured dye on a lot of stuff, and it just like, it looked alright, but it tasted of nothing, basically. I went for a chicken vindaloo because I wasn't too confident. I was going to go for a lamb, right? But it weren't going to be guaranteed like lush lamb. It'd just be like, and like the starter lamb was shit, so it just proved my point. Even the chicken, right? Even the chicken was a bit tough, right? Which I couldn't believe. And I went for a chicken vindaloo, right? Now, give them credit, they didn't go for shock your pants off vindaloo, you know, like multicoloured universe vindaloo, right? They just went for authentic looking vindaloo. But the problem was, didn't really taste so much. It tasted more hot. It tasted more fire and tough chicken, and that was about it, right? So I weren't too pleased with that. I thought, fucking that was lame, right? Gets worse though, gets fucking worse, right? So with my fucking Indian fucking takeaway that I'm eating in a restaurant, so it's not an actual takeaway, I ordered onion bhajis. Now I'd previously done some onion bhajis 2 days previous, and they were amazing. Didn't film it, as per usual, like typically enough. I'm checking camera fucking productions and any form of droppage, right? One of them was crunchy. Now, I mean, I don't mind it crunchy. Obviously, they've got to be crunchy. They're onion fucking bhajis. But these were ridiculously crunchy. Like, are you all crunchy to the soul of the ball crunchy, right? No, that's mental, right? They weren't they weren't burned, but they must have been, I reckon they were day befores. I reckon most of it was day befores because it come out within about 13.5 seconds flat, right? It was out there like a whippet, right? But I know that's starting to smoke, so I'm going to have to lower that down. But before we whiz this up, let's, while we're whizzing this up, we'll sort this out, right? I need a little bit of water in here. Right, I need a little bit of water in. We've got alternative, different variations of Indian restaurant music going on. Some of it might be okay, and some of it might not be. Right, just a little bit. That might be too much. I'll put too much in like a knob. And now we've got a fucking, right, now we've got massive interruptions. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, so I'd just have some more propaganda going on there. Right, so we've got the ginger and the garlic in the whiz up. We've got a little bit of moisture in there. We haven't gone too much. I've had to tip a bit out because it was a bit too groovy. So I'm just going to leave that on the whiz. So that can whiz it up and do its thing, right? Okay, let's get the oil in out, right? I'm going to take all this off because we don't need it now, right? I'm going to keep that on the whiz because I want that on. While I'm taking this away, we'll do that, right? Right, this is all going to be about the curry now. That can go off. Just had it on just to keep a bit of a representation. I'm not too sure how hot this is going to go, right? Right. Right, I reckon that should be fine. We'll just leave it upside down and let gravity do its fucking job, right? Okay, so let's get all this cleaned out completely. I don't want no aspects. So I want to see how people see what's going to go in that pan. You sort of can, can't you? I've got, this is the highest pan I've got. I could use the wok, okay, but I don't want to because this is going to hold. I could use the wok actually, couldn't I? Am I being like a real knobhead and saying the only thing about the wok is, I suppose we could do, we'll use the wok. Fuck it, I'll tell you what. We'll use the wok, right, just to make everyone happy and people can see it a little bit easier. Right, that's going to be well hot because it's bubbling water. I'm literally catching fire to water. I mean, fucking hell. Right, okay. Right, let it go under there. Go on there. Is it hot enough or it's still quite warm? Right, sorry about this. This is like really bad camera production, isn't it? So I don't want it to melt the plastic bowl it's going in, that's the problem. Oh shit, that's still really warm. Oh shit, now my flannels fell off. Oh god, it's all going wrong. We're having moments of irritation. Right, okay, we're cool, we're back. I'll tell you what, I'll do it in the wok for you, so we've got a more spatial visionary ability for you to see what the fuck I'm doing, right? Right, okay, here we're going to go. Right, oil. Right, know this is on. I'm touching, I'm feeling, it's not piping through like I want it to do, right? So we're going to use a lot of oil in this. Quite a lot, right? It might be slightly too much, but we've done it now. We will live with the consequences, right? So we're not doing the Chinese, if anyone's just joining in. You're not, like, deceiving your eyes. We are doing an Indian, but we're going to do it in this wok. It's just, I've got, you know, if I've done it in that big pan, I know the pan volume's bigger, but blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, so this is how we're going to do it. Now, with this, like I said, it's a staff curry. We can really start to get to grips with what we want to do, right? We can start to undermine the foundations of all the situations, right? So, almond pods. First thing I want to do with these, right? I'm going to put in about that many. I'm going to put in a few, right? I do want it to be almondy, right? Now, with these almond pods, because they're older, I don't have to crack them at all. Right, they're just going to go in as they are, right? So I'm just checking for an oil situation on this, right? I'm not going to... Now, some people might say, well, you could dip your finger in there and test the oil. Now, that can be done, yeah? And I would not hold anyone responsible for that, but if you do that, you'll probably burn your hand. So if you want to do you want to test the oil and you haven't got a thermometer, get a wooden stick. Yeah, a wooden stick or something, you know, just go out in the backyard, grab a stick off like a bush or something. Like if it's got cat poo on it or badger poo or dog, even worse, dog shit, don't use that. I mean, you could like clean it off and dettol it, I don't know, or put it in some bleach or something. But just get a wooden something, dip your finger, get the wooden fucking thing in it, right? And if it starts bubbling, and I mean, normally, right, if you've got any ounce of common sense, you can tell when oil's hot. I'm literally talking to toast watchers here, so like, forgive my language, right? I want to get this oil up to a heat, yeah? I want to get up to a certain heat. I want to get up to an ability that I can transpond amazing abilities of translucentness that you're going to be unaware of and I will be aware of, but you won't be aware of because I'm too amazing and you're probably not because you're watching this. Right, so there we go. So I'm going to get all my things, I'm going to get ready. I want bay leaves, yeah? I want black peppercorns. I also want green peppercorns. Don't forget it's a staff curry, we can do what we fucking want, right? So we're going to lower this down. I want it onto a reasonable 6. A reasonable 6, right? So I'm looking through my ability of transponding this, and I can see I'm going to whack in. I'm not going to whack in. I'm going to whack in 1 clove, right? And I don't want to go mad on cloves. I'll whack in 2 cloves. Fuck it. We'll go slightly mental, but not in a way that's not even a clove. That's just like a weakening of a clove, isn't it? Really. So we've got 2 cloves out. I'm doing it for you, and I'm just saying that's how we're going to do it. I want cumin seeds. That's what I'm after. And also I want some black mustard seeds, which I have got, but don't know where they are. So hang on a second, I'll have to do a bit of magic. I'll have to do some magic hands. That's alright, the amazement is back. Right, okay. Now I'm going to get wooden spoon ready and I'm going to get everything prepared, right? I'm not going to do powders just yet because I want to get the heat from this all the way situational down, right? Okay, so it's going to be a big curry. It's going to fill all this, yeah? It's going to be quite meaty. And how you know it's going to be quite meaty is because Sergeant's already getting, I'm going to get 2 tins of plum tomatoes out, and we'll just take it from there, right? Here we go. Right, here we go. We're going to go catfuls. I'm not going to go spoonage. We're going to do it in catfuls, right? Now I'm hoping this isn't going to be too hot. I'll tell you what, to save any fuck ups, we're going to do it in a bowl. Right, we're going to do it in a bowl. I've decided, because that oil does look quite warm. So we've got the cardamom pods in. Right, there's about 2, 4, 6, there's about 10 of them. We've got 2 cloves. Right, I want a capful of black mustard seeds. They're in, yeah. I want cardamom stick in as well, yeah. I want a decent amount of cardamom. Cinnamon, I've gone for cinnamon, right. I've gone for cinnamon. Right, just whack it all in. Right, I've got one more bit left. That's for special. That cinnamon stick is for special occasions. It's just the right length for if I've got a major pissed up moment and we have anyone special round, I can say to them, I've got a cinnamon stick and you haven't. Right, okay, I've got black peppercorns. I want a reasonable amount of black peppercorns, about a capful, yeah. I'm going to go for also green peppercorns. Now, like I said, hang on a second. Right, there we go. Right, green peppercorns as well. I'm going to go, you know, a bit of green peppercorns. And the case is, why not? Why not indeed? I mean, we're doing it, and I'm doing it, and you're just watching. Right, cumin seeds. We're going cumin seed bound. I want quite a bit of cumin seedage. Not too much because I've got a lot of other things to do, right? We're going to be a very, very busy boy today, right? Right, bay leaves. I'm going to get the bay leaves ready. I'm not going to put them in just yet. They're just on standby, right? They're not old. They've just been aged, right? That's all. They're not old. They've only been in the pot about a year, so that's not old at all. Right, okay, here we go. So these are going to be called, we're going to call these wood spices. We're going to fry off our wood spices first, but before we, no, we're going to just do that. Are we going to do that? No, we're not going to do that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well, just to get even more organised than we actually are normally. Right, I'm going to go for, I'm going to get all the dried spices ready actually. So I want a slightly bigger, because I don't want to be caught unawares, that's the problem, right? That is the fucking issue, right? Okay, right, special mixed powder. Right, I'm going to put in 1, 2 of them. I want to get everything ready. I do not want this to be a fuck up at all. Right, garam masala. I'm going to go for 1 teaspoon to 2 of them, right? So we got 2 of the mixed powders, 1 of the garam masala, right? I'm going to go medium curry powder as well. I'm going to go for 1 of them. And these are manly spoons. They're not big. They're not fanny spoons, but they're manly. The dress curry powder. I'm going 1 of them as well. Yeah, 1 of them. A nice big spoonful of it. Yeah, like that music's kicking out and saying, yes, you do it. You tell everyone that you're here. We're punching the mark and we're doing it for you, right? Now, turmeric. I do want some nice turmeric in there. Turmeric's going to give, I'm going to go for 1 and a bit. Not too heavy, right? I don't want to go too heavy on the turmeric. I don't want it to be like Day Glow Orange, yeah? Which even though turmeric has got its own special situations. Now, I've got a little bit of Kashmiri chili powder. Alright. So I want 1 of them. This is where the heat's going to come in now, right? Hot chili powder, I want 1 of them as well. It's going to be a warm chili, yeah, I want 1 of them in, right? That's how we're going to do it. We're not ring fencing it. I've got cayenne pepper as well. We're just going to do it, right? These are all the dried spices, yeah. So it is a good idea to do this and get all your dry spices ready in a bowl, ready for obliteration. That's going to take it to here in humanity, right? Okay, now I'm also I'm going to put in some dried chili flakes. I'm going to do it, right? It's not a case of, oh, you shouldn't really do that, but I'm doing it. It's going to be a hot chili. It's going to be a hot curry. Even though it's a staff curry and it's a malleable curry, I want it to be replicated to all the ages. Now, one more thing we're going to put in is paprika. Yeah. Now the paprika I want for colour, because I want that red luscious colour coming out. So we're going 1 and we're going 2, and they're big. and they're big spoonfuls. Yeah, we're not messing about on this situation. But one more thing that we haven't done, and now I need to really sort it out, is coriander powder. Now a lot of people forget about coriander powder, and you shouldn't do, right? I'm going to put a nice little teaspoon of coriander powder in, and we're also going to put in a nice little teaspoon of the seeded coriander into the wood spices. So you've got your wood spices, where the bay leaf is, and you've got your powdered spices. Now these, you know, it's how we build this curry. It's called curry building, right? So we've got the powders here. We're going to mix them round, right? So we've got everything roughly what we need in now, right? Now I've got a jar of water on standby because we're going to need water. I've got the peeled plum tomatoes. They have not been opened, right? So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go for one, but there's another little secret ingredient we're going to put in that I haven't got out yet, and I don't know if anyone can guess what it is. You probably can't because I'm being up really autistic here, right? Okay, now here we go. Let's whack them in. Right, we've got a little bit of a sizzle, not too much. Right, we don't want too much. Yeah, so we're just getting, I mean the aromas are already coming off, yeah, it's almost like an aromathon. Almost like an aromathon. So once they're cooking off, we're going to do their thing and they're going to be singing their song. Right? Now I'm getting out the magic ingredient that's going to go into this. Now, I'm not saying this has had its sell-by date or anything like that, but it's come to its useful end, and we're going to use it. Now, remember remember about when I do a curry, I always have that the curry base gravy. Yeah, that's that curry base gravy. All right. So we're going to whack the whole lot in. Yeah, all of it's going in this curry. So that's what I mean. That's why it's going to be mega mental. Right, these are now starting to sizzle. Right, now I need to do onions. I need an onion ability that I'm not aware of. Right, okay. So, we've got the onions, we're going to chuck the bay leaves in as well. Now, the bay leaves have got a very important job to do. Their job is to add a bay leaf texture and flavour. What that is, nobody fucking knows. It's just everyone goes, oh yeah, chuck a bay leaf in and it'll always be a winner, right? So, that's what I've done. Now, we are going to peel the onion. So we are now on onion peeling itself. This is a very situational awareness tactic. Now, every time I say something like, oh, it's situational awareness, that's basically me not working out and wondering what the fucking I'm going on about, right? I'm just literally in the motions of talking shit. Right, so anyway, so what's been going on? So it's all been getting very spicy out there. We've got lots of things going on outside in the world, so it's all getting a bit groovy. Right, I'm going to cut these up. So how, the size you cut these up in, it really doesn't matter. Nobody really cares, right? But we're going to just cut them up. If we haven't got enough onion, we'll whack more onion in. It's literally something, this is a curry that's literally being made, not in a hurry, but with a bloke in the mind of someone called Murray, right? So, here we go. I bet anyone was watching this, watches me for ages, probably knew I'd say that. Right, anyway, so, here we go. I'm not happy with the amount of onion in that, so I want another one. Oh, I've got one there, so I'm being a twat. There we go. Right, I sent a message, a while ago to the lower echelons of Mitchie about the current state of affairs of 00 Agent 119. Apparently, through a satellite NASA navigational video capturing unit, they have actually captured, right, I know I couldn't believe this to be honest, they have actually captured 00 Agent 119 swimming out into the far Right, it's gone on the floor, it's fine, just give it a wash, don't have a panic, everyone's in the have been captured swimming out into the, you know, the gloomy depths of the Atlantic Sea on his tods with his pink underpants. That's all he's got. He's only got his Hawaiian t-shirt on. Yeah, and I've said, are you seriously shitting me? He's made it out at least 35 miles off the coast of Jamaica. And I said, well, you know, can you not like seem like the rest of the Jamaican Coast Guard out to sort of like rescue him or anything like that? Would be like a nice touch, I think. I mean, at least pick him up. I mean, for fuck's sake. They've come back to us and they've said no, they can't do that. And I said, well, why is that the case? And they said that their main Coast Guard vessel, which is a basically in repair 1979 fucking rubber dinghy that's powered by basically a 1938 two-stroke fucking engine that doesn't actually work, is out of service. And I said, you're joking me. I would have thought like a country like at least Jamaica would have like at least some proper shit. But he said no, you know, they're not exactly a very rich nation. You know, they're all happy-go-lucky and a bit violently as well. But we'll negate that, you know. And he said, you know, they're doing their own thing and they just cannot. It's been in repair. And I said, well, how long's it been in fucking repair for? And they said it hasn't been in that long, only about 25 years. And I was like, oh, okay. They just can't work out how to fix it. So I said, well, why don't you just like buy a new one? And he said, well, you know, I've suggested that to them, but they don't know what to do. And I went, well, fine, just carry on then. So 001819 is swimming out there in the Atlantic Sea. We don't know how far he's going to get. I'm doing onions, I've got interruption. My name's Silent Fury Toes, and we're doing some bum cheek holding specials. And there we go. So we've got a little bit of droppage going on there. We'll just take care of that. Hang on a minute. Hang on, we got right, okay. Right, so we're going to do this onion now. So we want to get it to a point, yeah, where we basically take a lot of that bite out of that onion. Them spices are in there. You could, at this point in time, if you want, I'll tell you what, I'm also going to whack a little bit of fennel seed in there as well. I am. I'm just going to do it. Why not? Why not? Just whack what you want it, really. Like I said, rhyme or reason with staff curry, it's like legitimate. Like, you know, you can just literally put what you want in, to be honest. If you want to whack in a raw chilli now, you can. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do it, right? I'm going to just chuck in, I'm just going to chuck in a raw green chilli. Yeah. Why? Can. Care? Not really, you know. This is going to be a curry for the ages, yeah? It will be a mental curry. So I'm glad everyone's still watching. I'm glad everyone... Yeah, so we've had a bit of a downturn lately. I'm not too sure if it's like the algorithm or if I've been a twat somewhere and said something stupid. I don't get it, because I don't normally say anything really out of order. I'm like really normally quite well behaved, so I really don't understand. I'm a bit annoyed, as you can tell, but you know. So like the last video, like it managed to squeak up to like 51 views after being on there for about 4 million years, and I was like, fuck's sake. Oh, I don't know. Right, okay, so right, we've got our homemade. If I can get the drawer open, which I can't, because there's something blocking it. Right, we've got our homemade. Oh, come on, just give me a knife, for fuck's sake. Right, so we've got the homemade garlic and ginger paste, and I just think it's better to do it yourself like this. So we're going to whack that in. Right. Now, you could have put a bit of lime and lemon in there, actually, to be honest. I might actually, I don't know. I mean, I could do it, I don't know. Not too sure yet. I'll decide that in the next 20 seconds. And I've decided, no, I've not decided, because then it'll be more like a tie, won't it? It'll start getting onto that sort of territory. So we've got that homemade garlic and ginger paste, sorry, not sauce. Well, that green chilli, that's just rolling about in there. Now, their onions, they've started to wilt down now, right? Now, that's when we can start to add the powder. Just chuck it in. Doesn't matter how it goes in. Yeah, it's like a pair of underpants. How do you put your underpants on? You just put them on, didn't you? You know, you don't worry about if there's a skiddy in there or anything like that. You just go, no, cut that, I'm whacking it on. Now, make sure, as we do this, not to burn. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in this as well. Right, I'm just going to get them all in. So I'm basically cooking the spices out a little bit, but we've got to do it before they start catching. Now at the moment, this is where the curry looks a little bit dirty. It's almost like a dirty curry. Not a dirty Harry, but a dirty curry. Right, I reckon that's fine. Now, this is where this comes in now. This is the base gravy and the rest of it, the entire lot. We're just whacking it in. It's going to be fucking wonderful. It just smells fucking like marinated, amazing. We need to whack this right up now. There we go. Right, okay, so anyway, so yes, on my electricity bill, because I haven't been doing too many videos, and I did say I'd save them up for like really doing, I'd done the spag bowl, yeah, that one was a bit shit, I know, it's alright, but I mean, it was nice to eat, but, you know, but it wasn't anything fantastic, alright, let's just be honest. But I said, like I said, there will be more, there will be less videos, but hopefully better quality, okay? Right, I'm going to put in the peeled plum tomatoes as well. I'm probably going to have to put 2 in, I think. Alright. That's a bit better. Right, we'll give him a little bit of a rinse out, because I know Pelosi will be watching thinking, oh, you could have used the juices from that tomato. Yeah, I'm doing it, Pelosi, don't worry, chill out, mate. So, obviously, Pelosi probably forgot about that. I mean, we did lose a subscriber, a gang member last week, so that might have even been Pelosi, I don't know. Now, I don't know where Mr. Sheep Unit gone, he seems to have fucked off for some reason. He might be on holiday, I don't know. Mr. Johnny K60, head gang leader himself, and Mr. Ronaldsworth, as always contributes to the comments. But Mr. Johnny K60, yeah, I know, I've done a video. The reason why I've done it, Mr. Johnny K60, is because people might have thought I died or something. You know, I've gotten to an age of 47, I might die next week, who fucking knows, right? And they thought, oh, where's Sergeant gone? He might be dead, who fucking knows? But I'm not, obviously, because like, if I was dead, right, I was able to do this, I would technically class that as quite an accomplishment, really. A dead person being able to cook food, I don't think that happens that often. I might be wrong, yeah? Someone in the comment, if you want to chat and tell me if I'm in the wrong, then tell me. If I'm not, then there we are. Right, so we've got all the bits that I think are going to be applicable to this now. Right, now, the only thing we're missing now is obviously the chicken itself, right? Okay, so it's been in the fridge. Oh, shit. Right, it's been in the fridge. And it is going to get cooked. We're just going to chuck it in as it is, right? We have marinated it, so it should be fine, right? I'm going to take that line bit out, so I don't want that line in there. Right, we're just going to lay it in. So these are chicken thighs, marinated in that mine special mixed curry powder. And a bit of chilli flake, a bit of salt and pepper, right? Okay, so I've got washing up to do. That is a bit of a pain in the arse. Right, we'll whack that there, just in case we need it. I don't think we're going to need any more oil. So once that is done, all them oils and suspecting ingredients, I'll tell you what I will do now. I will whack in a little bit of butter, actually. I'm just going to give it a nice heap in the bar, right? Because amazingly, butter does actually go really nice with the curry. It'll just like act as like a cream, right? We're not putting, this is not a cream-based curry. This is a ingredient-based curry. It's not like a korma or a chicken tikka masala. This is basically a staff curry. This is what they do in the Indian restaurants. So we're going to do our best in our ability to recreate that. And you just, like I said, you just put in what you want. You put in your own thing. Now, the only thing they would do normally is when they put the onion in, you see that green chilli I put in, they would put the onion in, they would put the green chillies in when I fried off the onion. I'm not going to do that. I want to whack them in fresh, right? So with them fresh, it is going to make the dish a lot hotter, alright? But at the end of the day, sod it. Who cares, right? There we are. So, and I'm going to do a nice red one. Now these aren't going to be that hot, the red ones. They will give a little bit of heat, but we're just going to do it for more, almost like colour contrast, right? Okay, so we've got a nice little happy little situation going. Oh shit, the whole thing's just gone in. Don't worry about it. It's not happening and you haven't seen it. Now there's another ingredient I want to whack in now, alright? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bother actually. I'm going to save that for the Bombay potatoes, right? Because we've still got the onion bhaji mix to do. We've still got the pilau rice to make and the Bombay potatoes. So that's going to be a treat for everyone, even me. Well, I'll see it as a treat because obviously I'm eating it, and so it will be. So we've got them little big chunks of plums. Now I picked plum tomato instead of chopped tomato. I've done that because I want that plum tomato to slowly break down over time, right? Right, so I'm a little bit glad I swapped it for the wok instead of that big pan, so at least all you lovely fuckers can see. Right. Okay, right, hang on, I've got a moment of irritation. Right, okay, so, right, the moment of irritation is over. Right, I've got washing up to do. Right, that's the curry. Now, that was just going to sit. Now, we're not going to put it on and leave it on a really high heat, right? Because it's going to splatter everywhere. It's already splattered me work surface, right? And normally, I'm really fucking clean and tidy. So I'm going to lower it down to about, I'd say about a 5, right? So it's halfway on the heat. So it'll just, and I'll know that'll be done, right? And with these sort of curries, right, this is a one pot stock curry, yeah? You can take it as far as you like. There's no rules on this, right? That's why I've done it. This is a no rule scenario. This is a curry that breaks the rules, yeah? If you want to go with the rules on this curry, it will tell you to eat your own piss, yeah? It doesn't want to do it. It wants to simmer, it wants to cook, it wants to exploit, and it wants to take advantage of all the curries that you have in your knowledge and stock pot available. Which might not be a lot, might not be like me, might not be like any other one else. But as far as you're concerned, I'm the master, you're watching serious shit happen, and that is just how it goes. I'm going to light my fucking flag. And there we go. Right. I'm going to let this cook off, and in part 2, we're going to make the onion bhaji mix. We're not going to cook them, we're going to make the mix. And then we're going to start to get the pilau rice ready. Alright. The naan is going to do what it's going to do. The naan's always lastminute.com. Yeah. We want that naan as fresh as we can. We don't want to make it now when it's sitting in the fridge or sit out. The curry, always do it first. So we do the curry first, then the side dishes, then the naan. Right, you lovely fucking bastards. I'm going to call that a fucking part 2. And I'll see you lovely fuckers in part 3. This is a part 2. See you in part 3. There you go. See you later.